This conversation that reflects on how traditional wisdom continues to inform perspective in a world that is defined by disruption. Please join your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, in welcoming Dr. Jay Madan, astrologer of global acknowledgement and authority in Vastu, the conversation that will be headed by Ms. Navika Kumar, Group Editor-in-Chief, Times Now and Times Now Navbharat. Please give them both a big round of applause. The ladies shortly will be joining you on stage. Well, this is your cue, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause for Dr. Jay Madan and Ms. Navika Kumar joining us on stage.
Thank you, Amita. Huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very proud to introduce to this august audience here a woman who's made her mark, a woman who tells us about our astro karma, a woman who tells us about easy everyday spirituality, and all of us want to know how to peep into the future. Well, I don't see a crystal ball, but she can see it in her own way. But above all, somebody who has given great importance to mental well-being and how that is so important in today's day and age. Thank you very much, Dr. Jay Madan, for joining us here at the ET Now Global Business Summit.
Thank you so much for your kind words, and thank you for these lovely listeners, all of you here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
We know in India, everybody wants to peep into the future. So I want to know from you, is astrology really a business line?
What do you say, guys? Is astrology really a business line? We are talking about financial year 2030 to be reaching globally a $20 billion industry. Is it not a business? This is something where you're happy, you want to know whether this happiness will last. You're sad, you want to know when is this going to end. You're sick, you have a baby at home, you're buying a house, you're buying a car, you're buying a mobile number. We are needed every time.
I thought Rahu and Ketu were problems that we only saw in India. Are you saying global business, Rahu, Ketu?
So the industry, astrology, or what do we say as foretelling, is the industry that got a lot of boom from COVID time. It wasn't this blossoming the way it is because of COVID, because uncertainty, that is something the era taught us, that anything can happen anytime, and that uncertainty made it a very digitalized system. You know, the astrologers who were sitting outside the temple were now on your phone. So it is giving a lot of employment to people. We are already at 1 billion, right now, as we talk about, and it's growing. And the kind of data you get to know, you see only people between 20 to 35 are the people who need clarity on their career, second, their love life. 80% of the issues are this.
Love life and career. Well, only people between 20 and 35. Do all of you here in the audience not need to know how to peep into the future? How many want to peep into the future and are not in the 20 to 35 age group? Actually, very few. Everybody wants to know.
Astrology and astrologers are like doctors of Botox. Everybody has it, perfect, and then say, I don't believe in it. This is all natural. This is the agony with us.
Okay, yeah, we don't admit it. We are cool. We don't want to.
It's natural. The success, I only owe what I do. So that's how it is.
Fantastic. So Jay Madan, I want to ask you: Is this knowledge? Is this a God gift? Is this a skill set that one can acquire? How does astrology as a science actually work?
So this is something which comes maybe somewhere around mentioned 4,000 years ago. Astrology, as J.P. Morgan says beautifully, that astrologers are not meant for millionaires, it is meant for billionaires. Because it was never a science which was for regular, ordinary people. It was only for the kings. The palaces were designed, the cities were designed, the temples were designed. An ordinary house was not designed. Thanks to the invasion of Turks and Britishers, the only good thing that happened with that is that the science got fragmented. It reached to common people. It was only meant for rulers. So this is how the kind of Vastu we talk about or we discuss about, it is not meant for regular people because they had no imagination that 5,000 years later, there'll be a building, people will live over each other, there'll be apartments. This is not the structure at that point of time. So it was just designed for bigger structures. It is something which is coming down the generations, not just ours, I mean, globally. In Western Mesopotamian, I mean, you see there are little signs of people doing cloud gazing and talking about the future. So this is something, if we are humans, we are talking about insurance, we are talking about future, we're talking about 2047. You are actually peeping and building future. And why would you not reassurance? We work like weather app. When you're going to Singapore and you know it's going to rain, you're not going to walk with your white pants on and no umbrella. We are just here to guide, not to predict. If you are taking prediction as an addiction, that's your problem, not ours.
Well said. So let me ask you, what does your crystal ball tell you? Where is the world where is the world headed geopolitically? We're seeing wars going on in different parts of the world. Everybody more so looking at their own country and their own nation's well-being rather than the world's well-being. Where do you think this is going?
Yesterday, I was appreciated very briefly by Prime Minister because I only
Absolutely.
say good things. So I don't want to answer this and make everybody go, little cuckoo in the room and saying that again. Because the moment we talk about predictions, whether it is life or the country, they cannot be 10 on 10. It cannot be always good. Of course, as we spoke back in November, talking about things getting better for us from March onwards. We see the way we are going with America. We did a great deal with EU. Great times for India ahead. Next 7 years, our country, I mean, the Prime Minister says 3, I see in 7 years reaching number 2 economy. That'll be where we'll be stated as. We Indians are mentally entrepreneurs. You go to a village, you see a pan wala, you see a vegetable hawker, you see somebody serving in train. This is in our blood, and he's just giving us more opportunity to perform well.
He says 2047 Viksit Bharat. How do you see it?
I say सोने की चिड़िया
वो तो थी उड़ गई.
वापस आ जाएगी. सारी birds migrate कर कर आती हैं, ये भी आएगी.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you, the real market of astrology, as you said, it's big business, and by 2030 it's going to be 20 billion. We see a lot of apps coming up trying to predict. Are these apps operated on knowledge, or is it AI which is replacing the real science? And will you be telling us predictions in the future or some app?
So astrology, or let's say astrologers and doctors, are very much relatable. If you have stomach ache, you'll pop a medicine, it'll be fine. For 15 days, if you have stomach ache, you're not going to ask your chat GPT, what should I take? You're going to go and visit a doctor. Similarly, is every field where we need personal touch, reassurance. We need human emotion to be involved in it. And astrology is not something where people come for physical issues that, oh, I have this disease. They do come for that also. But it's majorly emotional, it's majorly mental. And I think a human touch would always be needed. AI can be fun, but it doesn't give you reassurance. It doesn't give you that comfort. Not for 10 years from now. That's not what I see.
So you're seeing issues of mental health, stress. I mean, there is a lot of stress. I mean, I think, I don't know about other people, but news profession, very stressful. All of us probably can't do with AI. We will need guidance. But speaking from here on, stressful lives, what's going to happen in unstable world, are you seeing mental health and astrology, the way you look at it, as very deeply connected? Is health and astrology connected?
I'll answer it in 4 parts because you I think, have put in all the questions together. News industry doesn't take stress. It only gives stress. You open a news channel and you'll say, मैं जिंदा ही क्यों? Why am I even making babies? Why am I even alive? What is there good in life? There's no good news. It's only bad news. So you have to be very
For the good
selective.
news, you have the MyGov app.
For good news, we only see Navika, and then you see good leaders being shut up by a woman, and you say, "This is fun. I'm going to watch this." So I don't miss her show because for me that is women empowerment. So hats off to you, Navika. Coming back to mental wellness, I study manifestation more than astrology, and because all of you are here and you're giving your time, just a small secret because I like sharing what everybody can practice in life. Your words create world. The words that you speak create world. Each time you say something, the brain takes it so damn seriously. Now, this happens in two ways. If you get up in the morning and if your phone says snooze, it plays snooze and you press the button, each time you press snooze, the first thought, your subconscious mind is super active and it says, you know what, don't take this one seriously. Whatever goals you have in life, your brain will say 50% discount, this one cannot achieve anything. So your brain is a damn serious separate entity than what you are. The moment you say stress, it knows that this is the kind of feeling which is very relatable. The more you say stressful, it makes you more stressful. Since I'm 43 right now, 17 years.
Not many women give their age away.
Yeah, well, I'm 43 and I have a 21-year-old daughter. But with that, since 17 years back, I've been only sleeping for 4.5 years. Holidays, sickness, whatever, maximum 5 hours. Never in my life I've slept over than 5 hours. Hardly any dark circles, nothing. Just meditation and right words. So the whole idea of what you tell to this one, it takes it very seriously. This has no sense of humor. It's a damn serious thing. The more stressful you keep saying, the more keeps happening. So mental wellness and astrology are very much connected. We are now talking about psychologists and therapists and all that. Let's go 100 years back. Where were therapists? Where were psychologists? These were simple counselings we received either from Dadima, from Vedji, or from astrologers. So we, as the matter of fact, astrologers are doing more placebo effect, comfort and mental healing than anything else. So astrology and mental wellness are very much connected.
So, Jayji, you said, manifestation is something that you believe in. Okay, how does one manifest? How does one do it? If you can give us a simple example.
So let's understand the biggest power we have is our mind, because no matter how good looking you are, how fit you are, how rich you are, how sharp you are, if you suddenly fell off the stairs and you go into coma, everything else that you have is alive but useless. So something which is here is the most powerful tool we have. Now this tool is active at 2 points of time very strongly. When you are in the moment of taking a nap, which is usually afternoon nap or before sleeping, or the moment you're up in the bed and trying to wake up. That is the time your critical brain, conscious brain, subconscious brain, and critical brain, which accepts and rejects every idea that you give it to. That brain is what you need to convince in life. Manifestation is how many of you have ever read or heard Hanuman Chalisa? I'll say 2 lines and just see that if you remember. Asht Siddhi Navnidhi Ke Data. Yaad hai? Which says, Asht Siddhi Navnidhi Ke Data. One who can give you 8 powers and 9 kinds of wealth. Well, a lot of billionaires have 9 kinds of wealth. But which are these 8 powers we are talking about? The 8 powers are different powers that we all can acquire, but we never question, so we never receive. 2 of these powers are Prapti Siddhi and Prakamya Siddhi. Prapti means that I want this and I will have it. This is law of attraction. And Prakti Siddhi is law of attraction. And Prakamya Siddhi is talk about law of surrendering, where you receive. Manifestation happens when you actually receive, not when you want to receive. How many of you pray and ask for God, please give me strength? We can be honest, I'm a face reader too. So when you ask for strength, you actually ask for struggle. How else in your life will you display your strength if you don't have challenges? So each time you say a word, there is a caveat at the back of it. We don't realize it, it's okay. But the moment you say, itni shakti hame dena data, he says, le beta struggle bhi le le, because shakti dikhayega kahan? Shakti pradarshan ke liye stage bhi to chahiye.
तो क्या मांगना चाहिए बता दो. शक्ति मत मांगो भाई. साथ में स्ट्रगल आती है,
So
एक के साथ एक फ्री.
Manifestation happens with right words because that's where you created the world when you said mama, papa, aja, tata. So the first thing you should ask is grace because when you're under an umbrella, everything is taken care of. Like when you're a small baby and your father lifts you and jumps you up in the air, you only smile. आप कोई करे तो आप पे भरोसा ही नहीं होगा कि मुझे कैच करेगा कि नहीं करेगा, कर भी नहीं पाएगा. But that faith, see, we as astrologers, we do one simple thing. We take the energy, any consultant, be a good doctor, a good astrologer, a good lawyer, we take the energy from hope to faith. When you are watching a India-Pakistan match, abhi bhi hone wala hai na? I don't follow cricket. Now suppose there is this match going, last over, India needs 10 runs and only one wicket left. You're very hopeful that if Virat Kohli is batting, India jeet jayegi. But when you're watching that match, your body language will be like this. You're squeezed, you're like constrained. Hope itself means 50-50. If you know it's the last over, India need 3 runs and we have 4 wickets in hand, you'll watch like this. Because faith has expansion. A good consultant takes you from hope to faith. That is what we all are doing. Coming back to the question, manifestation happens through 3 simple ways. Right time, you know the time now, before sleeping, or the moment you're up from the bed. It happens through ritual. That means when you write, your brain absorbs what to do. It follows the instructions when you write something. The third thing happens with repetition. If you keep repeating things again and again, this one says that this is truth. There was a research that happened at Stanford. Bye-bye, guys. I won't extend. This last word, a research that proved that when you fake something, your brain thinks that this is true. So I hope you all have beautiful, manifested, successful, happy, joyful lives. This is my prayer for all of you today. Thank you.
So next time we don't have to say Shakti, we have to say grace. Okay, and one more magic word.
Happiness, because that's what we need at the end of the day.
So grace and happiness and manifestation will begin to happen. But I know the bell is rung, but anchors always take extra time. May I be indulged for 2 more minutes? And Jayji, I want to ask you, how does one actually make peace? Is peace something that we should ask for? Contentment and peace, ke nahi?
So contentment is actually an enemy of ambition. Only when you are grateful and you are ambitious is where you are happy. So that balance one has to maintain, that you have to remember how far you've walked, how far you have to walk. So that ambition and gratefulness, when walked together, is where satisfaction happens. And that should not be for too long. If you're too satisfied, trust me, you'll be too useless. So make sure that satisfaction is not 1/10 of your day. That's it. Rest of the time, you've got to keep your gears moving and on and about.
Life का नाम जद्दोजहद है, तो लगे रहो मुन्ना भाई. But quick rapid fire. How long do you see Prime Minister Narendra Modi being where he is?
If you ask me, वो already अमर हो गए हैं. So he is not going to go from the history. It is just about the physical thing. A lot of astrologers do predict they see him going this year, that year, this year. I see him completing the term, if that is what you meant.
And the next? I thought 2047 तक आप बता दें.
मतलब अगर हम उनके टेलोमेयर सेल्स बढ़ा दें तो ये संभव है.
Rahul Gandhi, will he ever be Prime Minister?
I like the guy, but he's just in wrong profession.
Wrong profession. What would you rather have him do? Martial arts?
No, I would imagine Rahul ji, because we've worked out together, we've been in gym together, and he's a nice guy. But he should be into a hotel industry, restaurant industry, media. He can do excellent with media.
My God, my job is in danger, not Modi's job is not in danger, my job is in danger. Is that what you're predicting?
Modi ji's luck, look at it. Opposition with Rahul Gandhi. I mean, unbelievable.
Well, ladies,
And I like the guy. Please record it. I really like the guy, but he's in wrong profession.
Do you see next few elections coming? Want a little bit of suspense to go from there?
Bengal will be magic. Rest, I don't want to spread the beans and
Bengal
spill the
will
beans.
be magic. Something is happening there.
Already started.
And Tamil Nadu भी फिर बता ही दीजिए.
ये देश अपना ही है, आप समझ नहीं रही हैं. 2 साल में कहीं से आवाज ना निकली है, ना बिहार से, ना तमिलनाडु से, कोई आवाज ही नहीं निकली है. देश अपना ही है.
देश अपना है, बिल्कुल, and future अपना है. And if you have some.
And for all of you, if you think I'm pro BJP or if I'm pro Modi ji, I'm pro my country. Anybody who governs for the country, for the people, is my hero. कुर्सी की इज्जत अपनी जगह है और व्यक्ति की इज्जत अपनी जगह है. I respect his mindset for us as people. Yesterday he was here, I was there. He got emotional saying कि अगर मैं 2047 की बात करता हूँ, अगर हमारे आज़ादी के लिए लोगों ने बोला होता कि मैं क्यों मरूँ, अगली पीढ़ी अपने आप देखेगी कि तो क्या हमारा देश आज़ाद होता. He had tears in his eyes. I respect the love for the country and I am for my country. Anybody who does anything for my country will have my heart, my brain, my soul, everything. He does for my country.
Well, on that note, thank you very much, Dr. Jai Madan. As always, wonderful speaking with you. And big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Manifest with the right words and peep into the future with the travel from hope to faith. Thank you very much for joining me.